So I would like them to reissue the set with new photos with fully accessorized figures. Hey guys, it's David from Red Wagon Dioramas. I've got another unboxing review for you today. Something kind of gimmicky that was an impulse buy for me. I saw it at my local comic store today, so I picked it up and I couldn't find anything online about it, and I thought I would share it with you guys so you just know what's in here in case you want to buy it or in case you want to pass. So what I got is these new Star Wars playing cards. They're called retro playing cards. This is the Darth Vader version, and they're put out by this company Aquarius. Now I think I saw a press release around these like maybe 6 months ago, or maybe on one of the Star Wars sites, and then I just saw it today at one of the comic shops. I did a quick video in the store so you can see what was there. I ended up just buying the Darth Vader version, but they also had the Luke Skywalker and the Chewbacca version. They're priced at $10. You can find them on Amazon, eBay, other comic book shops seem to be retailing these. So it's kind of a novelty item. Googling online, there's hardly any information out there on these. Obviously what caught my eye is the card back. It's made to look like a vintage Kenner figure. I actually already cut the bubble on this and pulled it out and opened the card so I know what's in here, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. So I'll open this up again and let you guys see what the deck of cards is, because I think that's kind of important if you're buying this to open. Otherwise, maybe you're just buying it to keep carded, like kind of a novelty item, which that's cool too. They are kind of neat looking. Now, of course, many of you guys are probably familiar with this deck of cards that came out a couple years ago. This deck of cards has the colorful Kenner image, on the back, and then every single playing card is a different Kenner figure. I'm not certain, but I believe it's the same company behind both products. All right, so let me open the pack of cards and I'll show you what's inside, because it is a little bit different than that other set of retro cards we got, a couple years ago. All right, so let me give you a closer look at the packaging here. You do have that nice kind of image of the Vader figure. The card back is kind of cool. I mean, you do have the classic Luke and Leia there in the top corner. You got the Aquarius brand for the company that made it, and there's really nothing else on there. Just the pill says Darth Vader playing cards. Flip it over, you get a nice yellow card back. Again, Darth Vader playing cards. The imagery here is different if you buy the Luke Skywalker or Chewbacca one. And you can see here StarWars.com, Lucasfilm Limited, Disney. It says you want to see more games and products, go to nmrbrands.com or social media Aquarius_EMI. Now, I already sliced the side of the bubble here and pulled these out earlier, so I'm just gonna pull them out again. We've got no backing here on the card, just a plain cardboard there. Card back thickness is kind of comparable to like a 3 3/4 inch TVC figure from Hasbro. It's got a little bit of bend to it, not that thick, but not as flimsy as some that I've seen. The first thing you'll notice when you get these out is that the proportions of the deck of cards is not your normal proportions. This new deck here is skinnier and taller, so it kind of matches the bubble of an action figure. Just for reference, guys, here is my childhood Darth Vader. I thought these were closer to actual size, but it's shrunk down just a little bit. Now on the back, you get the same image that was on the back of the card back. You got Star Wars on the side, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. And that's it. So opening these up, look at that, I already ripped the box a little bit. What you get is if you buy the Vader set, every card back is the same image of Vader. So that's the difference between the Luke Skywalker set and the Chewbacca set and the Vader set. It's basically which character do you want on the back of your deck of cards. Flip them over, and this is where you get the Kenner figures. Now, I did notice a few things here. I haven't gone through every card yet closely, but it seems to be a lot of the same images that were used, in this deck of cards. I imagine it's the same company. Like even the pills, the graphics, everything is like identical. Yep, exact same image. So this has got to be the same company making these cards. So I'll lay these out and take a picture of each card that's in here, just so you guys can see who's in here and who's not. Obviously, there's 52 cards plus 2 Jokers. In this set, both Jokers are Vader images. All right, going by suit, you've got Endor Han, Bespin Leia, Jedi Luke. Again, no accessories with most of these images. You got Wicket, R5-D4, you've got the Cloud Car Pilot, Jawa, C-3PO, 9-Num, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you got Big Head Han, Original Leia, Farm Boy Luke. So that is the clubs. For diamonds, you've got IG-88, Walrus Man, Reese, Red Snaggletooth, the Ugnaught, Klaatu, Forlom, Zuckuss, Dengar, Greedo, Bosk. You do have Boba Fett, and you've got a Stormtrooper. Look, he has a blaster, and Boba Fett has a blaster. Why are so many of these don't have accessories? I don't know. And you got Vader as the King of Diamonds. For spades, you've got Hoth Leia, Hoth Han, Hoth Luke. You've got Chief Chirpa. You've got 21B. You got General Lando, Tusken Raider, he looks good. You got the original R2 there, Akbar, Chewbacca, Bespin Han, Leia Bausch, and X-Wing Luke there. Now for hearts, you've got a Scout Trooper on a bike. That's the only vehicle in the set. Snow Trooper, TIE Fighter Pilot, Power Droid, FX7, 8D8, Death Star Droid, the AT-AT driver, or AT-AT driver as you prefer, Death Squad Commander, the AT-AT Commander, the Imperial Gunner, and the Emperor's Guard, and the Emperor. That's what you've got. And then the two Jokers are these two Vader cards. So that's what you've got in the set. It actually bothers me with these cards, and with the previous set too, that the pictures don't have all the accessories. Like, come on guys, if you're gonna do this, you know, make a good effort. At least get the figures fully complete when you photograph them. So I would like them to reissue the set with new photos with fully accessorized figures. All right guys, just for my own curiosity, I laid out the older deck that I have next to the new deck just to see which characters change it up. So this is the hearts, all the hearts, ace through king. And you can see how each character is different. But a lot of the background colors they kept, like both of the kings have the green backdrop. There's two blues, greens, yellows. So they changed it up a little bit. And here's a look at the suit of spades. So in the new deck, you've got Hoth Leia as the ace. In the original one, you had Vader. And down the line, they're all different. Some of the colors match up until you get to the very end. Then you've got two repeats at the end. You've got Bosch Leia and X-Wing Luke for both decks of cards. Have the queen and the king. Look at that. Here's a look at the diamonds. So the new deck, you've got IG-88. The old one, you had Boba Fett. Look, Reese lines up. Both of them 3 diamonds in both decks. Going down the line, everything is different. There you go. All right, guys, and finally we're going to look at the clubs. You can see that the new deck starts with Han, and the old one started with the Emperor. Down the line. And at the end, we end with Farm Boy Luke in both decks. And finally, a look at the Joker cards. With the new Vader set, you get 2 different Vader cards. And this is what I really like with the original set. You get a Rancor and a Gamorrean Guard. So honestly, just because of those 2 cards included in the deck, I actually prefer this older deck better than this new one I just bought. I also want to point out, guys, that this is not a vintage Kenner speeder's bike or Scout Trooper here. This is, I don't know what era this is, probably Power of the Force, maybe 90s or something. The original Scout Trooper could not bend forward and didn't have bent legs or anything like that, and the speeder bike didn't have this weathering. So whoever put these photographs together did not know vintage Kenner Star Wars. All right, guys, so that is my review of this new set of Star Wars retro playing cards from Aquarius. $10 retail item. Bottom line, I think it's a pass. I'm not really happy with this. I think maybe buy this if you're not going to open it, but don't open these cards. They're not any different than the other deck we got. They're an awkward shape, and they don't include the Rancor or the Gamorrean Guard. So I'm actually a bigger fan of this original set of cards I had. Clearly, all the imagery is exactly the same. Both decks of cards have the wrong Scout Trooper in them. Both decks of cards have images that have incomplete figures. No accessories on a lot of the figures. I wish these cards had someone on the graphics design team who actually knew Kenner Star Wars. You know, ways to improve these cards, guys, if anybody's watching from the Aquarius company, is redo the photography with fully complete figures. Get rid of the Scout Trooper that wasn't part of the vintage Kenner line, and maybe add in a couple other characters. Mix it up a little bit. Get some of the last 17 figures in there. Anyway, that's my review right now. I would say this is probably a pass. I don't think I will really ever use these cards. I think it was kind of a cool gimmick to leave it carded like a figure, and maybe they'll sell for that reason, but there's no real reason to pick this up, I don't think, if you've already got this set that came out a couple of years ago. And even this set has the same problems with this one as far as the imagery and everything. Okay, so that's my review, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Am I way off base? Am I just being too picky, too nerdy here? Hit the like button for me if you enjoyed the video. If you're new, please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. May the Force be with you. Bye.